There's somebody else in the audience who doesn't have a cure for cramps, but does have an interesting period tradition. What is your tradition?
Hi, Tyra.
Hi.
I'm a Hasidic Orthodox Jew, and in our culture, married women separate from our spouses. We don't move out of the house. We live in the same house, but we separate physically from our spouse for the duration of our period. And then once the period's over, we do an exam to make sure that the period stopped.
How do you do the exam to make sure it stops?
You use a white cloth, a cotton white cloth, very specified type of absorbent fabric. You do insert it internally to check that your period actually stopped. And you kind of get rid of the residual bleeding that way. And then you start counting what are called the 7 white days, where you wear white undergarments. And then for 7 days, you do an exam as well, just to make sure that there's no bleeding. And once the 7 days are over, we go to this place called the mikveh. It's a facility that every Jewish community has and prioritizes in their community. It has basically, they're spa-like and beautiful. You have bathrooms, and then in a separate room, there's this the mikveh, which is kind of like a little swimming pool. You prepare in one of the bathrooms that are, heated stone floors with beautiful products. You prepare by removing all intervening substances from your body, like nail polish, makeup, jewelry, comb out your hair, and then the mikveh attendant, another woman, brings you into the mikveh room. You immerse in the water, and you say a blessing. It's a time for women to pray, and the gates of heaven are open just for women at that moment. You say a blessing, and then husband and wife resume physical relationships, sexual relations.
So you don't see your husband for 12 days?
You see each other. You live in the same home. We just have separate beds, no hugging, no kissing, no touching. And then once that time ends and you immerse in the mikveh, everything becomes new again.
Now, what happens if you break the rule and he's like, oh, and you're like, oh, and you have relations?
We are totally committed to this. So it's what happens is there are laws during that time of separation that help you, make it easy for you not to touch. You love each other, you live in the same home. We don't even pass things directly into each other's hands. And we don't hug or kiss. So you're not really doing anything that will lead to that, oh man, you know, we broke the rules.
Yes.
Because you're really living separately. You become kind of like roommates and best buddies. You get to develop the parts of your relationship, intellectual, emotional parts as a woman. It's
I can see a lot of women that are not Hasidic Jews that would probably love that part. Like, gosh, 12 days, he ain't got to touch me.
Right.
I don't feel like doing anything. And then I love the end part where it's like the spa-like thing, and like that tradition is so beautiful.
Yeah, you get to go to this spa once a month.
That's
and you get
fantastic.
A honeymoon. And it's so exciting to be back with your husband again, and every touch becomes special again.
Very nice. We'll be right back.